Dear students, welcome to my zoology class. This is Akmal Hussain, lecturer biology, Square High School and College. Now I am going to take a zoology class of standard 8, chapter 14. Today's topic is ecosystem. There is a picture of ecosystem. What will we learn from this class? We will be able to know about ecosystem. We will be able to know about the components of ecosystem. We will be able to know about types of ecosystem, as well as we will be able to know about the ecosystem of Sundarbans. Environment. At first we have to know about environment. What is environment? The living organism and non-living things of an area constitute the environment of that particular area. Or we may say it easily, our environment is all about what is around us. I am saying again, our environment is all about what is around us. Categories: number 1, fresh water, marine water, and land. Each of these three environment also have a special type of biotic and abiotic factors. Factor means elements. Ecosystem. The living component of a particular environment is functioning and interacting with the biotic components to form a relatively stable system called ecosystem. Or we may say, as a student of standard 8, you may write, the relationship between living organism and non-living things of a particular place is called ecosystem. The relationship between living organisms and non-living things of a particular place is called ecosystem. Components of ecosystem or element of ecosystem. Number 1, abiotic components. Number 2, biotic components. Abiotic components means non-living things of ecosystem or environment. Biotic components means living organisms, it may plant, animal, bacteria, so on. Abiotic components. Abiotic components divided into two: inorganic or physical components and organic components. Inorganic or physical components: minerals, soil, light, water, air, temperature, humidity, etc. On the other hand, organic components: dead and decomposed organic materials of living organism. Biotic components. Biotic components divided into three: producers, consumers, and decomposers. Producers: the green plants which manufacture carbohydrate food in presence of sunlight by the process of photosynthesis. You know, only plant can produce their own food on the presence of sunlight by a process named photosynthesis. No animal can produce their own food. They have to depend on producer directly or indirectly. Consumers: the animals live on eating organic matters obtained from plants or other animals, is called consumer. Consumer divided into three. Number 1, primary consumer. Herbivore, example cow, goat, deer, monkey, etc. Primary consumer. is called herbivore. Now the question, what is herbivore? Herbivores are animals that eat plants directly. I am saying again, herbivores are the animals who take plants directly. Secondary consumers, frog, bird, man, etc., they are called carnivores. You may ask, what is carnivores? Carnivores are animals that eat herbivores. That means carnivore take herbivore as their food. Finally, tertiary consumer, tortoise, shark, man, tiger, etc. Some of this omnivore. You may ask, what is omnivore? The animals that eat herbivore and carnivore both is called omnivores. That means omnivore take primary consumer and secondary consumer both. Decomposers. After the death of plants and animals, bacteria and fungi act on their bodies and decompose. Example, bacteria and fungi. Types of ecosystem. Land ecosystem. Example, ecosystem of forest, ecosystem of desert, etc. The forest of Bangladesh is divided into two main regions. Number one, the forest of Sylhet and Chittagong hill tracts. Number two, the Sundarbans forest of coastal region of Khulna. Aquatic ecosystem. Ecosystem of ponds, ecosystem of rivers, ecosystem of ocean or marine ecosystem. A brief discussion of ecosystem of Sundarbans. There are two pictures of Sundarbans. Features of Sundarbans. Number one, the Sundarbans is the largest mangrove forest of the world. You have to know what is mangrove forest. What is mangrove forest? The mangrove is the tropical coastal vegetation constituting of some special plants. I am saying again, mangrove is the tropical coastal vegetation which consists of some special characteristics enriched plant. The Sundarbans is UNESCO's World Heritage Site. The soil of Sundarban is of high salt density and muddy. The branch roots of the plant of this region grow erect and spread along the upper layer of the soil instead of inward. Root tip of these plants bear numerous pores through which atmospheric oxygen enters into the plant body by respiration. Abiotic components. Inorganic or physical components, minerals, soil which is salty and muddy, especially for the Sundarbans, light, water which is salty, humidity, etc. Organic components, dead and decomposed organic materials of living organism. Biotic components of Sundarbans, producers, mangrove vegetation like Sundari, Goran, Gewa, Kewa, Golpata, etc. consumers. Number 1, primary consumers, insect, birds, deer, monkey, etc., who depend on producer directly. Number 2, secondary consumer, jackals, tortoise, cranes, etc., who depend on primary consumer. Tertiary consumer, tiger, hawks, crocodile, etc., who depends on secondary consumer. Among tiger, hawks and crocodile, hawks are omnivores. That means hawks take their food from primary consumer or secondary consumer both. Tiger of Sundarbans is called Royal Bengal tiger, and Royal Bengal tiger is the world famous. Decomposers, bacteria and fungi. Stay at home, stay safe. Thank you.